Hi We Church, great to have you with us. It's a very fresh morning down here in Coogee, right in Sydney. Getting ready for church this morning at Glow Church. And I was woken up through the night and I was thinking about this verse in Psalms. I think it's Psalm 37. It says, "I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their children begging for bread." It says, once I was young, now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken. And it just got me thinking about God's unending friendship, his pursuit of us, all of us, no matter what seasons we're in. And I started thinking about how there's times in my life where I have forsaken God. I've just not been regular. I've not been there. Days could go by and I start to realize that I haven't really spent as much quality time with him as I normally would. And so I come back to him and there God is, gracious, just waiting to pick up on the conversation that we had before. I kind of walked away. So he never forsakes us. We may forsake him, we may walk away, but he never walks away from us. I've never seen the righteous, the godly forsaken. In the Passion Translation, it says, "I have never seen the lovers of God forsaken." And so what do you think it means to be a lover of God? And for us to pursue him in a way, not just to be, the word Christian gets bandied around a lot and it can mean a lot of things, or someone who just attends church, or maybe you just attend We Church, but to be a lover of God, someone who pursues friendship and relationship with God. I've never seen the lovers of God forsaken. There's something about being a lover of God where you are in relationship with him, but you start to have conversations with him about what is important to him. You are always thinking about the things that matter to God. And so your priorities line up, your values realign. And the season we find ourselves in is when you're a lover of God, you want what God wants. Even for us looking for a home and trying to settle, we find ourselves saying, "God, what do you want for us?" A lover of God, you start to have conversations where God is involved in the most simplest parts of our lives, the most intricate parts, the little decisions, not just the big ones, little things. You talk to him. When we get so busy, we only come to God with shopping lists, but the lovers of God are intertwined in relationship where every little thing matters. Our daily needs and where we get our daily needs from. Prayer becomes not just a concept that we talk about, but it's a lifeline, it's a relationship, it's a conversation that is ongoing. And I want to be a lover of God because the lovers of God are never forsaken by him. And you're in this constant relationship where you're always chatting about the things that are on your heart, the things that are on his heart, the things that are important to him. I always think about these verses, when it ends there and it says, "Nor have we seen their children begging for bread." It makes me wonder, in places like India, how does this verse make sense in countries where poverty is extreme and children are begging on the streets? "I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their children begging for bread." I started thinking through that this morning and I thought, the lovers of God and their children, they find themselves in community with other lovers of God. And so you may start your journey as a beggar, someone who needs a lot of help, but lovers of God find other lovers of God. And when you're with lovers of God, you're in community. And what should happen in community is we share each other's burdens and we meet the needs that we have of each other. And so I would hope that as a lover of God, if I came across someone else who was a lover of God and was in great need, that because of our love for God and him in our community, that I do everything I can to meet those needs. So we don't see them begging for bread because we fulfill the family of God. We fulfill the community in the family of God by being lovers of God. It just speaks to this beautiful sense of community where we look after each other because God is our Father. So today, whatever you're doing, my prayer for you is that you'd become more of a lover of God, whatever the situation, whatever you find yourself, whatever grief you're going through, whatever success, whatever you're celebrating, find yourself as a lover of God because the scriptures are true. I was once young, now I am getting older, and I've never seen the lovers of God forsaken, nor are their children begging for things, because we find ourselves in community with God and his people, and all their needs are met. You have a fantastic day wherever you are. Thanks for being on We Church.